Top Ad 101 Marketing. I tried to go live a little bit earlier. Of course, I don't know what I'm doing. This is like my first time going live. Again, name's Trellis Moss, Top Ad 101 Marketing. Um, had this channel for quite a while. Coming at you guys today to talk to you about the smart way to flip gig work into Bitcoin. Um, have you ever asked yourself what happens to all of the money that's downloaded from the gig work that you do? After that money deposits. What if I could actually, or what if you could actually flip it into something bigger, right? What if you could turn this gig work money into something much bigger instead of into just paying bills or regassing up or putting tires on the car, getting another car, and looking like you're not getting ahead, just like with working a regular job, right? So let's keep it real. Most people that do gig work, they do it in survival mode only. They do it in survival mode only. They're not thinking about what it is that they could be doing with this tax-free money that they are in control of before the government gets it, before the banks get it, before anybody gets it. You're gonna get this money first. As a gig worker, or a gig hustler, you're getting the money first. The next question is, what do I do with it once I get it? Here's a hard fact for you. In 2025, 91 million people were doing gig work in America, right? The workforce in America is huge. So if you got 91 million people that's also in the workforce, also gigging, that lets you know that this may be something valuable. I'm gonna tell you guys how I got started into the gig work and why I'm making this video today and why I'm telling you should be paying attention. I got involved with gig work basically because of Bitcoin and because of cryptocurrency. I got into crypto back in when it first was developed back in 2009, 2010, in that area. Bought a bunch of it. Bought it for novelties, actually, to trade novelties amongst friends, family, cousins, and stuff like that. And I didn't really pay much attention to it because I didn't, I also was hearing other reasons why you buy this Bitcoin. It's going to be this new money. And I just didn't see it. I didn't understand it, but I had some of it. And because I was in the video games, I was using it for video game purposes only, which was idiosyncrasy. It was an idiot situation, if you ask me. But anyway, as time progressed, I used some of that Bitcoin for a number of things, trade novelties and stuff like that. But it wasn't making me money at the time, and I didn't sell it off because it wasn't no such thing as a Coinbase. It wasn't a bunch of exchanges to sell it back and forth. We would sell it back and forth to each other. So anyway, I went ahead and got me a job, got in the workforce, worked some years. And in the background as I'm working, I kept hearing about this Bitcoin thing. This years later, keep hearing Bitcoin is this, Bitcoin is that. And I'm like, man, I own Bitcoin, but can it be the same Bitcoin that I purchased? So of course I had to find out. I had it on the old computer, and this old computer was at my ex-wife's house. So I had to figure out, how am I gonna get to this computer? And I can't tell her it's because I got Bitcoin on there and I might be rich. So I said, hey, I need this computer because I'm going up for a tax audit and I need the information off that computer. And she okayed it, let me come over, get the computer, lo and behold. And at the time, now Coinbase is out. So now I got to figure out, how do I find the Bitcoin on the computer and how do I access it? I figured all of that stuff out. My bank account was already hooked up. All of the stuff was already there. So I said, man, I looked at what I had once I logged into Coinbase, and I was like, damn, is this real? So of course I did what any real person would do. I said, let me send myself some of this Bitcoin money and see if the money is real. Lo and behold, the money was real. I ain't gonna give y'all this whole rundown on how I went to the bank and sent this money to the bank and almost went to jail trying to withdraw this money because I didn't know anything about sending money to branch offices versus sending it to the main branch. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know about money limits and stuff like that. So there's triggers that happen automatically, and some of us think that some of these things are happening in these banks because of we're black. I'm gonna just say it outright because we think we're black. Hey, they call the hook on me because I'm black. I'm trying to withdraw the sum of money, but really what happened is certain protocols popped up because you withdrew a certain amount of money from that bank. So certain things are gonna happen. Anyway, I made it out the situation. I got the money. The money was real, and I said, man, I need to get me more of this Bitcoin. I need to do more things with it. I need to be able to do more things with it. So with that being said, I was noticing other things that were emerging. The gig work economy, this rideshare thing, right? And it was intriguing to me, but at first I was like, why would I take my car, put this stranger in my car to take them somewhere, right? And I didn't understand the process, and I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't know you would get paid instantly. I'm thinking cab. No, this money is deposited directly into either a bank account or some type of financial instrument that's set up from either the app or that you set up. I won't get into all of that right now, but if you guys follow me over the next few weeks or so, I'm gonna take you down the street and I'm gonna show you everything. I'm gonna show you how to get this money, how to turn it into Bitcoin, and how to be rich in 5 years flat. And I'm talking about rich enough to walk away from that job that you dread going to every day, rich enough to where you don't have to keep doing gig hustles anymore. We don't want to keep doing these. I'm not going to be doing gig hustles forever. Listen, I retired in 2020, right? I retired in 2020. They shut the world down. I was bored, man. Everybody I knew, they was scared to death. Listen, I get any of my cousins, anybody on here, they was scared to death. They was in the house. They're like, man, you going out, bro? Cuz, you listen, man, you gonna be this and that. I was like, man, I refuse to sit in the house and die, man. I'm not gonna sit in the house and wait on myself to die. I'm not gonna. I refuse to do that. So I got out here. I started working the apps. Lo and behold, even though I was already working the apps in like 2017, so I had already been doing it for some years. But it started to get serious because of the crypto situation, Bitcoin, and all of this. I'm getting paid instantly, right? So I'm like, man, what if I take some of this instant money that's tax free and I put it into Bitcoin? Not all these other cryptos, which I own a lot of the other cryptos, and I'm not gonna fill y'all head up with all of this overnight success stuff. I really went through a lot of trial and error, and I lost, but I gained. I lost off of money that I gained heavily off of already owning Bitcoin. I took pieces of it. I didn't cash it out and go buy Louis Vuitton belts and watches and all of that goofy stuff. I'm like a bum right now. You know what I mean? I got on my cash flow hat. I'm in my gig working mode. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I was just working Amazon Flex. Feeling me? I averaged like about $39 an hour. I had what you call a 3 hour block. They use 3 hour block of my time to pay me a lump sum fee, and they give you a certain amount of time to complete that work. And my thing is, because I'm a specialist, I'm gonna complete the work much sooner than the time that they allot for, right? Because I get paid by the hour. I don't get paid by the block. If I just wait on getting paid by the block, guys, I'm sorry to tell you, probably only make about $200 a day, maybe, off of just Amazon alone. Now, you can make a lot of money with any of these apps. So I'm not gonna fool with you. I've been retired since 2020. I don't work a job, right? I live off of, I don't even live off of my crypto at this point, my Bitcoin at this point, because I'm living off the law of the land. It's a digital world out here right now. I can use the same thing that I'm making this video with, my phone, my digital asset. All I did was I reversed it. Since I'm paying a bill to this phone, it's not gonna be an asset. It's not gonna be a liability no more. It has become an asset because I hooked all of the different platforms to this phone, and when I cut it on, there's money flowing through it at all times. Plus, look at me now. I'm popping off videos. These videos, I'm getting paid. I'm monetizing these videos to get paid. These videos will continue to keep going and people view it, and things that happen behind these videos. And people, you just got to understand, you want to make you some digital assets that can pay you over time. And now, over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to release these videos. I'm going to take you guys on a ride with me to show you exactly what I do. I'm going to show you exactly how I drive any type of cars that I want to drive for free. I don't pay any money for them. I don't pay for the maintenance. The only thing I pay for is I pay for putting the gas in it. I do pay for putting the gas in it, but everything else, any maintenance, anything goes wrong with these vehicles, I don't pay for tires. I don't pay for oil changes. I don't pay for any of that stuff. You guys want to learn the game. You guys want to know what I know. Share this video, man. If you know somebody out there that's doing gig hustling, gig working, they whining and complaining about how it's costing them money to drive their cars, costing them money to put gas in. Listen, they got to get my Gig Hustle blueprint. I got the Gig Hustle blueprint coming out soon. You guys just pay attention. Drop down in the comments. Let me know that you want to hear about what to do with this gig money. Let me show you how to instantly turn it into Bitcoin. All right, you guys, again, this was my first time going live. The first time I made a mistake and erased the video, so all I did was double back to see what it'd do. All right, thank you guys for joining me today. My name's Trellis Moss, and catch me in the Gig Hustle videos.